guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm gonna show you how to style dirty hair. So this is my hair starting. It actually doesn't look too bad. This is day 3. I styled my hair 2 days ago, so any kind of like curl that's in my hair is from 2 days ago, which I feel like this looks pretty good after 2 days. And I also don't sleep with my hair in like a ponytail. My hair is just like too fine and thin that it doesn't do well when it's put up at night. I know a lot of people say to put your hair in a ponytail or like a high bun or a high ponytail or a braid or something while you're sleeping, just to reduce like breakage or just like sleeping on it weird. And I've tried every single way of putting my hair up. It just doesn't work well for me, and I end up with like giant kinks in my hair. It doesn't matter if I use a scrunchie, it doesn't matter if I use like a loose braid. I just always end up with gross looking hair when I wake up. So what I do at night is I just do like a rough comb through my hair. A lot of times I'll just like finger comb it, and then I just go to bed. And then in the morning, I typically wake up with like this. It actually doesn't look too bad, especially for this being 3rd day. Day 2, I don't use dry shampoo, or I try not to use dry shampoo. Occasionally I'll wake up day 2 and I'm like, oh, what happened to my hair? Why is it super greasy all of a sudden? And I do have greasy hair, which I should mention that. But day 3 is when I start using dry shampoo. I feel like the front doesn't look bad. Sometimes I'll get like little kinks at the bottom of my hair, and I'll show you like how I kind of deal with that. But my main issue is towards the back of my hair. So like the front will usually look fine. I have a pretty terrible cowlick in the back of my head, and so that's where it gets messy. So I'm gonna try to show you. So it's just kind of like right in here. I've got like a weird part going on, and then especially after I sleep on it, it just looks kind of weird. So this is how I style it. I'm just gonna use like a fine-toothed comb. This one is from Dasha something. I think I got this at Ulta a few years ago, and maybe Sally's, I don't remember. It's supposed to be like really good for like high heat, or like using heat in your hair, and it's supposed to like hold up well. I've had it for a few years, and I have to say it's pretty dang good. So I'm just gonna get this wet, and since I'm not in the bathroom, I'm just gonna dip it in a little bit of water. But I just get this a little damp, and then I kind of like brush my roots out, and kind of focusing on the back of my hair. I don't brush too far down because I don't want to like brush out all of my curl. I just want to brush my roots a little bit to kind of get them in order. Bangs have been a weird thing to work through with this technique. As my bangs have grown out, when I first got them cut, they were like this short, like just at my eyebrows, and I had to literally style them every day. Like they never held their style. Now as they're getting longer, they've just kind of like, I just kind of like let them do their thing, unless if they're like really awry, then I'll get them wet again and kind of blow dry them. But typically how it's been working is after styling them the first day, they've been holding up all right. But so I just kind of brush through my roots a little bit, again, not going too far down. I don't want to bring that wetness too far. And then here is where, if like it's like kinky on the bottom, which it's a little bit over here, I just go in with like a very slight amount of water on my comb and just kind of brush right through the ends a little bit to kind of like work out the kinks a little, but again, not to disrupt the style. Or sometimes I'll just take a little bit of water on my fingers and just kind of like run it through the bottom of my hair, but even that just like helped a lot. So now that it's wet, I need to dry it. I'm just gonna use like a warm heat setting and then like a low blow speed. And I'm just gonna focus on my roots, kind of like go, like part my hair over, blow it this way, part it over, blow it that way. So it adds a little more volume. So here we go. right, so that kind of like refreshed my hair a little bit. The back still probably looks like a mess, but we're getting there. So at this point, I kind of just like run my fingers through my hair a little bit, try and like comb it through without disrupting too much, but try and get things back on track a little bit. Heat and dirty hair is so gross. It smells so bad. I feel like day 3 I start to like smell my hair a little bit. You know, like the like dirty hair smell. I feel like you smell it on little kids every so often when they're not like showering often, or like teenagers. You get that smelly dirty hair smell, but we're gonna take care of that. So next step, I'm gonna go with some dry shampoo. I prefer a powder dry shampoo. I feel like it adds a lot of texture, a little bit of body, but also gets rid of the oiliness. So the one I'm using right now is from Shea Moisture, and this is the Peace Rose Oil Complex Nourish and Silken Dry Shampoo. And this one is super easy to use because it has this little like nozzle here, so you just squeeze it and it like puffs it out onto your hair. I really love the Lush one as well, the No Drought Dry Shampoo. That one's a little bit harder to use, but great formula. Like I might try and like siphon some into here next time because I like that formula better than this one. But this one is nice and it smells really good. So what I'm gonna do is part my hair to the side and puff a little bit of dry shampoo here. Can't see. I think I'm getting some. I smell it. There we go. Yeah, I see it now. And then part it the other side. And then down the middle, since that's where I part my hair. And then I'll lift up a little bit of the back, get some in there. Then I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute. I feel like my ends get really oily sometimes too, or not my ends, but like around my neck. So what I like to do for that is take a little bit of the dry shampoo in my hands. So I've just puffed some onto my hands, work it in, and then just go in like at the base of my neck. Kind of work it in through there. And then I just start to work it in around the rest of my hair. Now, if you have dark hair, you might not like a powder dry shampoo because it does leave quite a bit of residue. Even if you do like work pretty well at working it in, I feel like I still always get like a residue, and it usually lasts throughout the day and maybe into the next day. But I feel like that's pretty good. It gave me a lot of volume, a lot of texture, which I need because like I said, I have fine, thin hair. So I'll give you a little peek at what's going on in the back right now. It's getting better. I think I need a little bit more towards the back of my head. I can't really see in my camera, so I'm gonna do it in the mirror. And then for me, what really makes the difference is not necessarily like the dry shampoo, but it's the teasing after. Since I have like that problematic area in the back of my head, it doesn't matter how much dry shampoo, how much I like brush it down, I'm just gonna have like a weird part going on. So to kind of counteract that, I add some teasing to the back of my hair. So I'm gonna take like the top kind of chunk from the back, kind of like all of this section, and I'm just gonna start teasing the underneath side. And the brush I'm using for this, by the way, is like this round kind of bristly brush. I've had this for ages. I think I stole this from my mom at one point, but it's the best teasing brush ever. I've tried many others and it's just not the same. And then I let down like a big chunk, and then I'm gonna go in with the top layer. And if I feel like my hair is like extra not cooperating, I'll take it in like small sections. Like I'll just do like a little bit at a time and really focus in on getting at the roots, but I feel like today is not too bad. And then, so now that I've got the back section done, I kind of blend it in with the sides a little bit. So I'll take like a little chunk here, do a little light teasing. And kind of towards the front as well. I'm very gentle with my teasing. I'm not going in super crazy. Just lightly tease. And then since I have like a bit of a mess going on in the back, I just kind of brush the top out very gently. I don't want to get rid of all the teasing, but I do want to get rid of a lot of the outward look of it. It's actually funny, I was watching, if you've ever watched Brad Mondo here on YouTube, he's a hairstylist and he does a bunch of like reaction videos where he watches hair things and reacts. And yesterday I watched one, I think he posted yesterday actually, where he was reacting to scene kids doing their hair, and it brought me back. I was a little bit of a scene kid back in the day, and I went through lots of teasing and got to be Freeze hairspray, the one in like the yellow can, and you would just go to town and it was a mess. So this is what the back looks like. Normally I would be able to see this a little bit more, but I'm just gonna hope that it's all right. But that's kind of where I leave it. Like, I still have some curl going on. It's not a ton, but I love the like lived in wave look. When I first do my hair day one, it's a little too put together for me. Like, it's a little like too curly, but by day two, it's like perfect. Day three starts getting a little straight, but you know what? We just go with it. That's it. You can kind of like keep messing with it, but I just usually let it be because it's just hair. It's not that big of a deal. But those are kind of the tricks that I've learned over the last few years of just like styling this hairstyle. I feel like I've had this similar hairstyle where it's like parted down the middle, waves, about this length for the last few years, and these are kind of like the tips and tricks that I've learned to styling dirty hair. I try not to wash my hair super frequently, so you just kind of have to live with the dirty hair, and then sometimes you just gotta like rock a hat or a ponytail, a high bun. That fixes everything. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any tips or tricks for styling dirty hair, or specifically like fine, thin hair, leave them down below because I would love to hear about them. But thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, because I would love to have you around. And until next time, bye guys.